Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. We wanted to take a look at some ultra budget PC part options coming into the end of the year because our Discord community has been asking us to do it for the longest time ever. So this week, we're going to take a look at some Intel stuff. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button right about now and turn on that little bell to receive notifications. We upload basically every single day of the week, so do yourself a big old favor and make sure you're subscribed. We're gonna check out let's call it the counterpart to last week's motherboard. We're checking out the ASUS PRIME H310E Revision 2 Micro ATX Motherboard. Before we get a stack of comments asking about what CPUs are compatible with this board is compatible with 8th gen and possibly 9th gen Intel CPUs with a BIOS update. Yeah. Even though the ASUS PRIME H310E Revision 2 might technically support all 8th and 9th gen Intel CPUs with the BIOS update, you probably shouldn't consider something like an 8700K or a 9900K or basically any K-SKU CPU at all. It just doesn't have adequate power delivery and won't allow for overclocking. With that said, let's take a look. It's time for Motherboard Mondays with the ASUS PRIME H310M-E Revision 2. Yeah, you like my song? Alright, we're going to pull the board out and see what we get inside this guy. First up, we have that I/O shield so you can see all the things on the back of your computer. I don't know why I'm singing today, but yeah, that's basically what that is. You guys know what that does already. Alright, what do we got next here? This is some kind of M.2 hook, so you don't have to use screws. I have never seen one of these before. It is very interesting. And yeah, what else have we got here? Let's give this booklet a little bit of a shake and just let all of the things drop out here. Ooh, look at this. It's the manual that basically tells you how to live your life and how to plug all the things into your motherboard to make it do all of the things to work in your system. Pretty straightforward stuff. What's this? This is a motherboard layout piece of paper that gives you the layout of the motherboard. Like pretty much the most obvious thing you could possibly imagine at this point in time. And yeah, it's just a piece of paper. Why am I holding it for so long? Alright, what have we got next? Okay, we have the digital reflective coaster device that basically allows you to put it inside of your computer to make the motherboard work if you had a drive to use one, which you probably don't. Alrighty, out comes the motherboard so we can take a bit of a closer look, mate. Alright, what do we got here? Two USB 2.0 headers, a USB 3.0 header, we have three SATA 3 connectors, there's another one coming up a bit later, and the front panel connector so you can plug in your lights and switches and all of that jazz. We have the other SATA 3 connector and a 24-pin power connector. Basically standard stuff at this point. Alright, we have the CPU fan PWM connector for connecting your fan up, and a 4-pin CPU power connector, not an 8-pin. Right, we have two DDR4 RAM slots to put in your DDR4 RAM. Yeah, that runs in dual channel. What else have we got here? We have an 1151-2 or Generation 2 socket. Let's pop it open and take a bit of a closer look. Look at that! Don't bend those socket pins because you'll be in for a really bad time. I don't know why I'm speaking so funny today. Righto, what else have we got here? We have an M.2 slot which supports SATA M.2s, like the one pictured here, as well as NVMEs. Okay, what else? Okay, there's one more PWM fan connector. You see, there's not a lot on this motherboard to keep you very interested in it, and I pointed at this twice for some odd reason, probably because I'm stupid. And last is the rear I/O. We have a PS2 for your old school mice and keyboard, some VGA for your old school monitors, HDMI, USB 3.0, USB 2.0 and gigabit Ethernet, and some audio so you can hear the sweet sounds like this music coming up right now. cheapest 1151 revision 2 or dash 2 or generation 2, whatever they want to call it. It's the cheapest board that we could find with that socket, basically. It's not supposed to be the best board on the market, it's just supposed to be the cheapest. I'm not saying it's a bad product because we wouldn't use this, but you guys wanted us to try something really cheap, so we did. We're actually gonna do a build with this eventually. However, the only issue right now is an i3 8100 costs upwards of 200 Australian dollars right now. I just can't justify spending that much money on an i3. If you're interested in grabbing one of these boards, there is a link in the description. Like I mentioned, which I actually didn't mention at all, I don't know why the script even says that, it goes for around about $65 US on Amazon right now. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do and tell us what you didn't like about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek. And while we're at the end and while we're talking about stuff, we have our new merch store which launched last Friday. If you want to check out some interesting pictures of my face on mugs and other things like that, check it out. Nick's Computers. Need some RAM? Nick's the man. Did I say that correctly? Yeah. All right, Claire and Alex are geniuses. That's all I'm gonna say.